Alright, asante sana. Bila shaka tumeanza kipindi chetu cha The Youth Talk Show siku hii ya Ijumaa hapa Biblia Husema Production. Tunakuja kwako kutoka chuo kikuu cha Moi University. Watu wa nguvu sana wako hapa. Nakwambia mambo ambayo tunaenda kuongelea leo ni mambo ya nguvu kabisa. Popote ambapo unatazama kipindi hiki siku hii ya Ijumaa usiku huu, tunasema shukran sana kwa kutazama BHB TV. Bila shaka unatupata kwenye Twitter @bhusema na pia BHB TV kwenye YouTube na pia www.bibliahusema.org kwenye tovuti. Na karibu sana. Kipindi hiki kinahusu masuala ya vijana. Unatazama tukiwa katika kaunti nambari 27, kaunti ya Uasingishu, tukiwa takriban kilomita 315 kaskazini magharibi mwa mji mkuu wa Nairobi. Na bila shaka leo kuna mengi ambayo tumekuandalia. Ni mimi msimulizi wako Tom Juma nikisema karibu sana Youth Talk Show. Alright, kwenye kipindi chetu siku ya leo tunaangazia masuala ya vijana na uchaguzi. Kwa nini vijana hawataki kujihusisha katika uchaguzi na hasa kwa mambo ya uongozi? Na leo tumebahatika sana kuwa na tume ya uchaguzi nchini ama Iebc, tukiwa na viongozi wao ambao wanaongoza kaunti hii ya Uasingishu katika idara mbalimbali ambao wataweza kutueleza mengi na kutupa mwongozo jinsi vijana wanaweza kujihusisha. Na pia niko na vijana wenyewe wakiongozwa na inaitwa Uchaguzi Club. Uchaguzi Club. Club kwa Kiswahili ni nini? Chama kinakaa ile ya politics. Okay, ukiwa pale nyumbani kuna namba zinapita pale. Niambie club ni nini kwa Kiswahili? Okay, chama cha uchaguzi. Kiko hapa Moi University. Masuala yao sana sana ni kuangazia masuala ya uchaguzi. Alright. Lakini niko na wale ambao watatuambia mengi kuhusu mambo haya. Moja kwa moja niweze kukaribisha wachanganuzi wangu ama the panelists ambao watatuongoza katika mjadala wetu siku ya leo. Ningependa sote nanyi pale nyumbani muweze kuungana nami kukaribisha Madam Marion Stechi. Madam Marion Stechi. Alright, kwa hivyo yeye anawakilisha mwenyekiti akiwa katika Uchaguzi Club. Asante sana. Niko na msimamizi wa masuala ya uhusiano mwema ama public relations, Bwana Joshua Kibe. Ametulia tu anangoja maswali. Niko na msimamizi wa tume ya uchaguzi katika sub county yetu ya Keses hapa Uasingishu County, Bwana Justus. Na pia niko na yule ambaye anafungua na kufunga server ICT za Iebc katika eneo hili, Brian Chemeti. Karibisha yeye. Alright, asante sana. Kwa hivyo pia ningependa kukaribisha nyinyi ambao tuko nao hapa. Tujipige makofi sisi wenyewe. Haya, na timu yangu ya Iebc, watu wa nguvu sana. Kumbuka kwamba tulianzisha masuala ya kuelimisha umma ama jamii kuhusu uchaguzi. Na timu hii ya Iebc wamekuwa juu chini kuhakikisha kwamba ujumbe unafikia wananchi na hawakungoja uchaguzi ufike ndio waanze kufanya shughuli hizi. Bali wamekuwa hapa Moi University kuhakikisha kwamba wanafunzi pia wanajihusisha. Na nashukuru sana Iebc kwa kuweza kufanya wazo hilo kabla kufika wakati wa uchaguzi. Ningependa nianze na Bwana Kibe. Karibu sana. Asante. Tuambie Uchaguzi Club ni nini?
Asante sana. Kwa majina ni Joshua Kibe kutoka Uchaguzi Club ama chama cha uchaguzi kwa Kiswahili. Nitaruhusiwa kuelezea kwa kifupi kwa lugha ya Kimombo kile ambacho tunafanya sisi kama chama. Uchaguzi Club was initiated or it was formed in Moi University last week, and we work hand in hand with the Iebc, and our aim is to bring positive development in the society, and that is what we want to do, and we endeavor ourselves and sacrifice to bring positive development in the society. Thank you.
Right. Asante sana. That is Kibe anasimamia masuala ya uhusiano mwema. Wacha nisikize kutoka kwa Marion. Microphone iko wapi? Ikufikie. Marion pia yuko katika Uchaguzi Club. Karibu sana. Tuambie huwa mnafanya nini?
Yes, my name is Marion Stechi. At Uchaguzi Club, we embrace peace and we make youths be listened to. We make them feel at home. We make them feel as if they can create an impact to the society. I think as Kibe has said it, we are creating and embracing peace 100%. That's why we work together with Iebc.
All right, asante sana. Aya, wacha nisikize kutoka kwa the server man himself, Bwana Brian. So wewe katika IBC tueleze kazi ya ICT ni nini?
With the current generation that we are in right now, there's nothing that we can do without ICT. Your phone, your classes in fact, and everything else that is surrounding you is rotating around ICT. So the commission as well cannot work without involvement of ICT. So that is why we have so many of us. I know there are a number of you who are doing a course in ICT, 1 or 2 courses in ICT. And at the end of the day, you will join us. So the commission cannot work as well without involvement of ICT, as I've just said. And there are a number of us who are there to support our staff with the ICT infrastructure that is set up in ICT, in IBC.
Right, asante sana. Huyo ni Brian, masuala ya ICT. Alright, wacha nimsikize kutoka kwa Bwana Justus ambaye anasimamia sub-county ya Keses. Mmekuwa hapa Moi University, mmeanza zoezi la kuandikisha wapiga kura. Nini hasa imefanya mkaanza mapema?
Good afternoon. Our work as Iebc is to provide voter education so that the public understands what it takes to elect leaders. Besides that, we register newly registered people as ID holders so that they can participate in the next general election. Registration is a continuous process. It's not something we undertake at one particular time and stop. Maybe what people are used to is mass voter registration, which normally comes close to general elections. Otherwise, when you come to our offices, we are open and continuously registering people who have acquired IDs in the recent times. Voter education is also continuous. Any issues that is not understood by any member of public, you simply pay a visit to any of our offices close to you, and you will get clarification on anything that you really want to know. So, we are now getting ready for the 2022 general elections, and that is why we want to net as many people as possible so that they can democratically participate in electing leaders of their own choice. Thank you.
Right, asante sana. Basi mtazamaji, kumbuka kwamba voter registration ama kujiandikisha kama mpiga kura ni zoezi ambalo linaendelea kila wakati. Tusingoje wakati uchaguzi unafika, tunangoja mass registration ndio tunakimbia kwenda kujiandikisha. Na pia Bwana Justus amesema ya kwamba ukiwaona wanazunguka ni kwa sababu voter education ni kitu ambacho kinaendelea kila wakati. Kwa hivyo ni jukumu lako wewe, iwapo unataka kubadilisha ama ujihusishe katika masuala ya maendeleo katika jamii, lazima ujiandikishe kama mpiga kura. Kwa hivyo tembelea ofisi yote ya IEBC ambayo iko katika sub-county yako, sehemu zote za nchi hii ili uweze kujiandikisha. Brian, kwa nini youth hawataki kujiandikisha as voters? As you think of that question, I'll be coming to you shortly for questions. Wale wako na swali. Nani ako na swali? Meanwhile, so that nijue where to start with. If you have any question, you just lift your hand and then nitakuja penye uko. So Brian, what makes youth not take part in the voting process, according to you?
Sorry, it's not Brian, it's Joshua.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sometimes we as the youth, we have not been actively involved in elections and in the voting process, mainly because one of the most dominant reasons is that we don't have mentors. When we look at the political scene in our country, we find that we are having something that I may call dirty politics in Kenya, and you will find that most of the youths don't have someone that they can really look up to in terms of politics, and that is why most of the time you will find that most of the youths think that the voting, participating in elections is something that is meant for the parents, for the adults, not really adults, but for the parents and the older people in society. We as the youths need actively involved youths that will come to us and tell us more about the elections, tell us more about politics, tell us more, why do I need to vote? Does my vote count? Does my opinion count as a youth? We find that most youths hapa kwa nchi yetu tunapata zile opportunities zenye tuko nazo ni limited, ni kidogo sana, sababu siasa Kenya sana sana ni tunasema ni wenye pesa, na wanarika wengi hawana hiyo pesa. Ndio maana saa zingine tunajitenga sisi kama vijana, hatujui sana kwa nini niende kupiga kura.
Okay. All right. Wangapi hapa washaipiga kura? Wachana na hii hapa. General elections. Wangapi washaipiga kura? Wangapi wako na voters card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, nyinyi mko na nini? Milk card? Okay, wangapi watajihusisha katika uchaguzi next year, 2022? Wangapi watapiga kura? Aha. Kwa hivyo ni jukumu letu kujiandikisha iwapo unataka kupiga kura, si ndio? So Brian amesema changamoto ambazo vijana wanapitia. Sijui kama nyinyi mnakubaliana ama mnapinga. What is your reason for not taking that voters? Is it because you are just turning 18 now? Ndio mna turn 18, eh? Oh. All right, let me move over to him. Let him tell us why. Kwa nini haujajihusisha katika kupiga kura? Then I come back to you.
Okay, kwa majina ni Joseph Muhiri Chacha. Mimi kama Mkenya sijajihusisha kupiga kura kwa sababu sikuwa nimefikisha huo hiyo miaka inatakikana. Yaani sikuwa na ID. So jambo la pili ni kuwa it's very embarrassing for youth to go to vote and later on anakuja kuambiwa kuwa mtu mwenye umepigiwa kura imeibiwa. Sawa? Sasa hiyo kitu inakupatia changamoto fulani ambayo sasa unaona haina haja uende kupiga kura tena. Asante.
Okay. Anasema kwamba yeye hapigi kura kwa sababu utapiga kura then unasikia hata wewe mwenye ulivotia kura ilibiwa. Okay, as I plan to come to you, let me listen to a lady here.
My name is Whitney Achieng, and I'd say the reason why, from a personal point of view, sijaweza kujua stories election is the transition when I'm just turning 18 and I'm going for the ID. There's a lot of propaganda and we are not really taught that, okay, so now you are part of the government. Decisions zenye una make sahi si za high school anymore. Whatever decision, we are not really involved in decision making. We just enter the process with the idea of listening to our parents saying wizi iko huku, as in bado tunatekiwa kama watoto decisions. Atujai kaa chini, sijai kaa na wazazi wangu nikaulizwa what is your take about this. Bado naonekana kama the only thing I have to do is where's the shopping list. So after you turn 18, we need to be involved in these decisions with our parents. We need to be involved in these conversations. Thank you.
So the only decision she can make is kuuliza shopping. Sindio? Yeah, because hakuna mtu amemwongelea kuhusu mambo ya voting. So the only things we can talk as young people, karibu niseme kukula fair, but it's okay. This side before nivuke sakafu, hii mikono imetoka wapi? Wacha nikuje huku kwanza, then I come back to you. And as they say that, I'll be coming to you for those comments. Bwana Justus, you've just had credibility. Na pia Brian atatuambia under ICT. Are we so sure about them? So that mtu asiseme, you know that server thing has been there anyway for quite some time. Is it possible? So we need to be assured. And Bwana Justus, is it that there's no one to tell them that tunafaa tuende tufanye voter registration? So, and all that. Then I'll come to you, niambie why we have so many women and yet men still dominate during elections. Anyway, as you think about that.
Yes, thank you very much. As from me, many youths does not engage in voting activities because they take leaders to be the same. This is the case where when we try to go to our counties, most of the offices, they does not contain youths. You go, most of the youths are not employed. So this complaint moves from one youth to another. This peer influence, it leads to many youths not engaging to these activities of voting because they think that under these employment activities, most of them, they are left out. Since if you can look to our country, most of the youths are out. Another case even here in the universities, there is other cases where these leaders, they does not support most of the learners of the university in a case like in bursaries to support them in learning activity. So they take it as propaganda and they does not like those activities anymore. Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, okay. Let it go behind there. So nikubaya. IEBC is taking note of this, and that is why it is a good thing tumekuja Moi University. And I'm sure now from here tutakuwa na watu wa kupiga kura. Si ndio? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, naitwa Papi. My reason kwangu like niliturn 18 just like 3 months ago. Lakini nimekuwa nikipenda like politics. But lately nimekuja nikaona personally I'm beginning to be disinterested in politics because of what I'm seeing around. Kila mara like nikienda Twitter, I'm just seeing what's trending is maybe one political group in abuse another political group, something like that. And I tend to feel like most of them are just fake people and they're just there for their own interests. And I've come to realize that I'm not going to be part of their interest group and where they're going to be using me. And then after my vote, after nishacast vote yangu, wananitupa tu hivyo aside. So like, if and nasema on a ballot paper, but nikiona ballot paper, alafu nione kwa slot hapo hivi chini mali nimeambiwa kwa candidates, like I can vote for none of the above. I'd personally just go and vote none of the above because I don't believe I say like wakona interest yangu at heart. So that's my opinion.
Wow. So out of the 6 elective positions, who are you not interested in? Because at the end of the day, at least MCA wa area yako atakusaidia.
What's the political candidate there for? Because I believe that most of them walianza at a very good interest at heart. But then vile waliendelea hivyo, tumeambiwa like ungeangalia like corruption index ya Kenya, it is ranked very high. And ukiangalia like most of the politicians, they're just in there for their interest, maybe money or something. And I'm not going to allow myself to be used by them. They're like, akuna venye like the past election 2017 and 2013, I saw my mom waking up at 4 a.m. kwenda kuvote. And right now she's regretting the person she voted for. I'm not going to mention names because I don't believe it's allowed or something. I know she's regretting the person whom she voted for because she believes the agenda, the manifesto, the politician put through has not been applied. So I don't see the point where I should also go and I should go through the same and I can just avoid it. So personally, I'm beginning to be disinterested in politics. That's just my take.
So, Mr. Justus, the big thing with young people, why they are not voting is because wale leaders ambao tuko nao, they are not giving out kitu yenye youth anaweza ona yenyewe, this is very important. I should vote someone. Haoni the value of waking up at 4 a.m. to go line up, and then that person does not represent the interests. All right, can I take 2 more questions alafu nikuje kwenu? Okay. All right, let me start with, alikuwa ameinua mkono kitambo, but I'm seeing all your hands. You, and then I'll come back to you. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Handruk Kol. For the past years, we've been witnessing activities that are not welcoming, like the conflicts that comes across after every general election. And we as youths, we undergone serious trauma when we witness our parents losing life, our relatives. So we draw back our thoughts and we don't want to take part in such elections because it's usually said that blood is thicker than water. So if you lose your relative, it creates a wound in your soul that can't be mended. You see? So that's one of the things that draw us back, not to take part in elections. Then to our leaders, they're not trustworthy. You can't trust them. They only use us during elections. We shout on their back. Then after election and after getting the seats, they slip off, you see? So those are some of the things that discourage us from taking part in election. Thank you.
Okay. So you guys, so tuseme hakuna kura mnaenda kupiga in the next elections? Hey, mashida zimekuwa mingi sana. Okay, they'll definitely tell us why it is important. Aya.
I'm Musano Brian. And then my thought on this is there's need for the youth to be included in the whole voter education thing, because we are in this age where you'll tell somebody about politics and then it says, what will my vote count? It to him or her, it doesn't count. Our only impact, it's this one vote, but they don't understand that this one vote may make a difference for the whole thing, vote thing. So what I think, there is need for voter education to be embraced. It is there, but it's not enough. So we need to embrace it, make the youth understand why voting counts and why they should take a hand in participating in the voting thing. Because without the education, then I will go and vote. But in the end, I don't understand why I'm really voting. I'm voting because other people are voting. So yeah, embracing voter education is the thing.
All right. So before I come to you, let me just, Brian, what have you gotten from the sentiments ambazo zimetolewa huku? Hizo excuses zote za not voting, which are very valid. Because kila mtu na excuse yake, it's very valid, si ndio?
True.
What do you think?
Okay, personally, umesikia from the horse's mouth. We have youths here. This is a university, and I think the oldest student here is not more than 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
So sisi kama youths, one problem that imesemwa na watu wengi hapa ni sisi kama youths tunaona kaa hii vote yetu I count. Mm-hmm. Tunaona like tukienda kuvote haita make a difference in society, which is a very wrong perception or perspective ambayo sisi kama youths tuko nayo, because tukiangalia political scene, for example, let me take a case of the constituency that Honorable Jaguar is representing. He was battling against Minor Commander. Minor Commander is not a youth. I don't want to call him old, but he's not a youth. And Jaguar is a youth. And the youth came out in very large numbers to come and vote for their fellow youth. And we are seeing is making a difference in society. So sisi kama youth, if we say that our vote doesn't count, if we ask ourselves if we won't vote because nothing, as in my vote, haita change anything, that is where we go wrong. Sisi kama youth, we need to be actively involved in matters elections, matters democracy, because this is our country. Sisi kama youth, if we let our watu wenge in power and sisi kama youth tukue left out, they will make decisions that will affect us kama youths in the future. What saizi wakipass laws, because right now they're in the parliament, they will pass laws that will directly affect us sisi kama youth. Sasa tukisema your vote, our vote high count to you, unaweza sema high count sahi, but when they pass a law that itaku affect wewe kama youth, hapo in 5-10 years to come, ndio utajua I should have been actively involved with matters politics.
Okay, Brian, thank you so much. So the youth need to be actively involved. Your vote counts, right? Okay, thank you. Bwana Justus.
I will go step by step, reacting on what you had raised. One, you talked about credibility of elections. Let me tell you one thing. In politics, there is an unwritten law that a loser will never say, I've been beaten. To remain relevant in politics, they have to say, my votes were stolen, so that their followers remain with them, hoping that next time they will guard against theft and that particular politician will sail through. Iebc conducts very credible elections. Two, there is someone who raised an issue that nobody encourages youths to go and register and vote. That is why we are here. We knew this target group has never voted, and we came around to register the group. Three, someone complained about when you move to our offices around the counties, you will not find youths employed. Look at that site. Are they not in the bracket of youths? That is my question. They are all youth. So they are employed, only that one person at a time. Chances are limited. Otherwise, the moment they move up, you will come in. Selfish political interests will discourage youth from voting. The issue here is about handouts. For those who have been voting, are given something small to go and vote. Therefore, they end up electing wrong leaders. If a politician gives you 500 shillings, another one has not given you, definitely the following morning you'll be voting for someone who gave you 500 shillings. Then that leader is going to parliament for 5 years, which is 60 months. Let us now translate 60 months into what you have been paid monthly. That is 8 shillings and 30 cents. Are you worth 8 shillings and 30 cents per month? Do you buy anything? Kiberi deceive. So that is what you are paid. If it is 200 shillings, then it means monthly you will be earning 3 shillings and 30 cents for 5 years. And 50 shillings will be 30 cents. So the moment we shall stop electing people on the basis of what they give us, we shall get the right leaders. Let us move on.
I only have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Violence. Let us shun from violence. because youths are the people who are paid to do it. Finally, the youth should be involved in voter education. We do. When we are moving towards general election, we employ you people. You are a part of our team. You become IEBC officials. So next year, when we go for elections, we shall employ you, wherever you will be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Justus. You have 20 seconds, Marion, to tell us your parting shot.
Yes, my word is that we all should be engaging ourselves in the electoral process because we are now big and we can make choices on ourselves. And 2, let's avoid violence. And 3, let's promote voter education. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The leaders that we elect, those are the leaders who are going to make decisions on our behalf. The moment we don't participate in that election, that means you have allowed someone else to elect a leader who maybe you dislike or you may like, but that leader will make a decision that in whichever way may impact you in one way or another one. So let's all participate in elections.
All right, asante sana. Bila shaka tukiwa tumefika mwisho wa kipindi chetu cha siku ya leo. Kupitia kwa wachanganuzi wangu na ningependa tuwaambie asante kwa makofi, si ndio? Brian Chemeti, IEBC ICT section. Wapi makofi yake tafadhali? Asante sana Brian. Bwana Justus ambaye anasimamia sub county ya Keses katika IEBC. Uchaguzi club team Mario Stechi. Na bila shaka msimamizi wa uhusiano mwema Bwana Joshua Kibe. Na nyinyi wenyewe kwa kuweza kukua hapa. Na pia kwa wale ambao wako nyumbani ambao wanatutazama, asante sana kwa kutazama kipindi hiki. Na bila shaka wiki ijayo tutakuwa tunawaletea mengi zaidi, especially part 2 ya mjadala huu. Ni muda ambao hujaturuhusu, lakini natumai kwamba kuna yale ambao umeweza kujifunza kutoka kwa kipindi hiki. Asanteni sana hadi wiki ijayo. Bwana wabariki.